Yeah, just the ladle in the soup, yeah? You know what a ladle in the soup is? A ladle? Yeah? The ladle in the soup never tastes the soup. Yeah? The soup is delicious, it's Dhamma, yeah? But if you're the ladle in the soup, you constantly, you never taste the soup. People who taste the soup, that who are benefiting from the Dhamma. Bella, you understand?
No.
No?
May we have a brief summary of
What?
that? May we have a brief summary of that?
I was talking about that quite often, so I mean the brief summary. The brief summary is we should ask ourselves one important question. Why are we here? Yeah? In this human life? Yeah? When we think about our human life, yeah? When we think in a very coarse manner, I mean, we are born, we learn some job, then we work. When we work, we buy an apartment, and we build a family, and then we die. What kind of footprint have we left in this world? Huh? Nothing. Yeah? Even if we are somebody special, yeah. I mean, look at all the special people that we have known of. Yeah, what kind of footprint? Everything has been washed away. Just like we built a nice and beautiful palace on the sand beach, and then the waves are coming, and what is left? Nothing.
But we know Ajahn will not be washed away.
Ajahn will not be washed away? Why? Yes, just like the Lord Buddha is washed away, every time, the Lord Buddha himself said it, in 2,500 years, nobody will remember the teaching of the Lord Buddha. And then it takes another 50 or 70,000 years until the next Buddha comes. And in that time, nobody knows about the Lord Buddha. So everything is washed away. Every arahant is washed away. Every footprint, we left on this world. When we look at this world, this world, in 100 years or in 1,000 years, nobody. Eh? So what is that's why we should ask ourselves, what is the purpose of our life? Yeah? Just to be born, have some job, earn some money, and do the things that, that our parents taught us. Yeah.
You would consider that an arahant would be a footprint, right?
A what?
A footprint. An arahant would be a footprint.
Yeah, but it's not lasting.
Washed away. They are there.
Oh, there will be, but there will be not a footprint on the earth.
No.
Huh? Yeah, and nobody, in 1,000 years, nobody will remember Lumpur Man, yeah, nobody will remember the Lord Buddha, nobody will remember, yeah. But, when the next Lord Buddha comes, then the Lord Buddha remembers the previous Lord Buddha, yeah. But for us, we are normal people, we are not special people, we are just born, our parents raised us, and they told us, you should have this kind of job or that kind of job, and then you should raise a family, yeah, and so on, and then we die, and what kind of footprint have we left, yeah? Nothing, yeah? Everything is washed away, even this planet is sooner or later is going to die, and then there's nothing left, yeah? We know from the Lord Buddha, that there will be another Buddha, yeah, coming in about 100,000 years or so, and then he will leave a footprint, but, his teaching will only last, a certain amount of time. And then he said, then the end of the world will come, because the sun will swallow up, all the planets, yeah. We know that, from physics, we've seen that, we heard of it. There's not even solar system will last. So, what are the beings doing that are not finished with their lives, yeah? And have not found the way out? They will go to another planet. And it's not the first planet we we are on here. Yeah? What did the Lord Buddha say? There are planets, where there is only coming one Buddha. Then there are planets where there are two Buddhas. And he said this planet is special, it lasts for a long time, or it gives the condition for human beings for a long time. So there will be 5 Buddhas. And he is the 4th Buddha. Yeah? But even then, we have lived on many planets, And what kind of, where's the footprint? Huh?
Is it a problem not to leave footprints?
No, it's not a problem, but what is the purpose of your life? Huh? I mean, we all think, remember when you were 20? Yeah? I mean, I remember maybe I was special, but I don't think I was special, because the people around me always wanted to change the world to the better. Every 20-year-old wants to change the world to the better. So when I was 20, what did we want to do? We wanted to get out of, this conservatism of our parents, where the father said, you have to become a lawyer because I'm a lawyer, or you become a salesman because I'm a salesman. Yeah, we wanted to get out of it. Yeah, we wanted to get out of, all of this, this imprisonment. Yeah. And now the young generation, I don't know what they want, but they also want to change the world, yeah? So we do want to change the world to the better, and it never gets better, it gets, yeah? So you have to ask yourself, what is the purpose of your life? Especially, if you think there's only one life, then forget it, yeah? But if there's life after life after life, yeah, and that there is not only one life of a human being, but once we become a human being, then we either go down or we go up. Yeah. Then we are born, maybe as a ghost, or a hungry ghost, or an animal, or go to the hell realms, or we go up to the Deva realms, and from the Deva realms we go to the hell realms, and so on. Yeah. I mean, it's a constant cycle. It is. Like I said, it's a roller coaster. Going up, it's taking so long, yeah? When we go up the roller coaster, we can't wait to go down, yeah? Because that's where the fun is. We are scared, but we like this, this moment of scare when it rushes down. Huh? Yeah. Remember? No? Never been on a roller coaster? Yeah, I think, no, not? That is very... That's very unusual. But most of us have been on a roller coaster. Yeah? I mean, it doesn't matter. We go up and we go down. Yeah? And then, sooner or later we come up again. Yeah? And then we go down again. We just go up, to breathe some air, and then we go under. Yeah? And then wait long, until we float up again, and then we breathe some air and say, oh, this world is so beautiful, and then we go under. Huh? So that's why, I really want to make an impression or imprint it into your heart. What is the purpose of your life? Yeah? Do you want, if you find it's fruitful, or it is fun, or if it is satisfying, it's your life, yeah? But if you don't find, and if you have a question, if you come here to this monastery, you have a question, yeah? There must be something more to this life, than just finding a job, or educating yourself, finding a job, having children, and then die. There must be something more, yeah?
I think the purpose of my life is to make the best out of it.
Yes, but what, you have to have a direction.
Like what to do.
Now, when you say the best out of it, what is the best out of it for you? Yeah, that must be a direction.
Well, happiness, well-being.
Yeah, happiness, well-being. Where does happiness and well-being... Then we have to ask ourselves, where does happiness and well-being arise?
When does it arise?
Where?
Oh, where? In the heart and in the body.
See. So why do we not look into the heart, where it arises? Instead, we build our whole world on outside things, yeah? Having a cat, or wanting a dog. having lots of cats, I mean, there are people, who have 20 cats, and they're just, their whole life is so fulfilled with looking after these cats, they don't realize, what is going on. Yeah. So, you should ask the question not only to this, I want happiness, well-being, When we grow older, where is our well-being? I mean, when the body gets sick, when the body gets old, when the body breaks down, where's our well-being? Then there is no more well-being. But there still could be happiness. You have to ask yourself, where does the happiness arise? So why do I not look inside the heart to find that happiness? And then, when I come out to see that this unhappiness around me arises, and then ask the question, why does this unhappiness arise, when I come out of this happiness? What is the source? What is the cause of this unhappiness? Why do I dislike this? Why do I like this, when I come out? That should be the question, if you're really interested. We mostly stop at the first thing, I want to be happy. Everybody of us wants to be happy, Some of us hope, if we have enough money, then we are happy, because we can afford everything what we want. But look at the people who have enough money. Are they happy? No, they are worried that their money is going down. That they are losing their money. So they're worried about this, They have enough money, actually what we want, is enough, so much money that we can do whatever we want to. But these people who have this kind of amount of money, they are constantly worried that their money diminishes. So, I mean, money doesn't buy us happiness, Happiness arises in the heart. So if we dig into the heart, and look for the happiness, then we can find it. And when we come out, in our normal life, when we come out of samadhi, then this, then these constant wishes, wishing this would be like this, wishes this would be like that, wishes, this wouldn't be like this, and that wouldn't be like that. Where do they come from? What is the source of this?
I think as far as I'm concerned, it mostly comes from situations where I feel frustrated, where I do not accept the situation I'm in.
Yes?
However difficult it is, if I accept it,
Yeah.
it becomes a lot easier.
Yes?
And even sometimes fulfilling.
Yeah? But you have to go one step further. What is the cause that brings that frustration to arise?
Oh, it's desire.
And where is the desire coming from? Because if you go into samadhi, there's no desire.
From the sensations.
The sensations are sensations, You have to look for the root cause, Where is this desire coming from? And this desire, the likes and the dislikes, of course desire, goes a long way. And that is the one that creates the dukkha. If you look at the second noble truth, what creates our dukkha is this desire, It is the desire to want something or the desire not to lose something, Or not to meet with this, So that's where the dukkha is created. So when we want to get rid of dukkha, we have to investigate a little more. So what objects does this desire latch onto? And these objects that it latches onto are the 5 khandhas, the 5 groups. It wants to be conscious, it wants to have feelings. We don't like to be, without feeling. We want to have thoughts and imaginations, and we want to have memory. If we live without memory, what kind of life would that be? If we wouldn't remember what we did 5 minutes ago? Just like, most of the animals, they don't remember anything, They just look at you, They just did something very, they got beaten up, and then they look at you, What did I do wrong? They don't remember, but we remember, and that can be very helpful for us. We need these memories, or just like I said last time, we need this toolbox. The Dhamma needs this toolbox in order to get rid of this desire or attachment. Because once we get rid of the attachment, we can have an easy life. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, the way you describe is, it is just, when we feel pain, just take some medicine. And then the pain goes, then we are happy. Yeah. Not looking for the root cause of the pain. Yeah. You understand that? That is the Western approach, I have pain, let me get something, to get rid of the pain, and then I'm happy, yeah. And then another pain comes, let me get rid of this pain, but we can't get rid of all the pain, yeah. Yeah, we realize that that's why we are here, and trying to find out something more about it, yeah. So where is the pain coming from? What is the root cause of it? Yeah. Once we get rid of the root cause of the problem, then there's no more pain or there's no more dukkha. Yeah? You understand? Okay. So that is why it is really important for us to reflect upon that. Huh? It's just, I'm just asking people because people think, we are brought up this way, we leave a footprint in this world, yeah? Now, everything is washed away, yeah? Our family, our fathers, built a family, wanted to have a family tree. Kaima, huh? And then they want to have, I don't think it is very different in France, the family line, a certain, in German it's called Geschlecht, I don't know what it is called in France, a family tree, going down back to the 12th century or even 11th century, and building this castle or building that, chateau, and things like that, yeah. That's what people want, they want to live, in their ancestors, and they will want to live in their, Luklan, in their grandchildren, yeah? That's where that is for them life, yeah? But actually, everything disappears, sooner or later. So what I want with this question, what is the importance in our life, yeah? Not the footprint that we leave, I said, it doesn't matter, this world will disappear, everything disappears, and we are on a new planet, so leaving a footprint in this world doesn't make any sense. Yeah? But what do we want from us? Yeah? Do we want to continue living, going up, yeah, and going down? Because that's what a lot of people don't want to admit to, that we do go up and that we do go down, yeah? And who wants to be in hell, if I really ask? Nobody. Huh? But we do so many things that lead us to hell, but we also do things that lead us to heaven. Yeah? So, the result of our actions, that lead us to heaven, will bring us to heaven, and then we are happy, for a while. Maybe for 1,000 years, maybe for 10,000 years. But then, we have to receive the bad karma that we did, previously. And then we go straight down to hell. Yeah? And that is, of course, not nice when we come out of... yes. And sometimes we are... So long, yeah? Can't see the light, because it is so long that I've been in hell, yeah? And it was just fire, it was so hot, yeah? And there was no beginning and there was no end, because I was there for such a long time, yeah? And you don't want to be that, yeah? And then compared, to the heaven that we spent, maybe 50,000 years, and then going 20,000 years to hell, that, it's just like taking a hot and cold shower, yeah?
Ajahn, what if someone says one needs enough parami or merit in order to be able to practice?
That is a excuse, a very lazy excuse, and lots of Thai people, use this excuse. Isn't it, Kem? ต้องการพารมีเพื่อไป If you're here, you already have the parami.
It's how when you get the response that, you need more paramis and merit to practice versus the one that says, just go do it.
I mean, you do, with every day you actually reinforce your paramis, yeah? You build up these paramis, yeah? Even if you don't, even if you don't get to the gate or be able to, maybe you get to the gate but not being able to open it up. In the next life you will be able to open it up, yeah? Because of the paramis that you build up, to go to that gate, yeah? It won't be lost, yeah? But it might be hidden, yeah? What happens, yeah? When Mechipa, she wants to get out of the cycle, and works very, very hard, yeah? And it is very tough on her, yeah? And then at the end, the last moment, she thinks, oh, I worked so hard and didn't get anywhere. Let's let the next life enjoy ourselves, yeah? So that is, all the work, it was not in vain, yeah, but it is hidden, yeah, because the next life we enjoy ourselves, do this, have a nice family, have a big family, have lots of money, and lots of possessions, yeah, and then at the end of that life you think, hey, what's that all about? Yeah? I didn't have anything, and then this hidden, just like nothing is lost, this hidden comes up and says, maybe I should, and then the next life we work hard again, towards the goal, and we reach just, before the gate, and then, oh, it was so difficult. And that is normally, that is what is normally happening. Just like people, the Lord Buddha described us as Neya, swinging from one, swinging back into the world and then swinging back to the spiritual path and swinging back to the world and swinging, that's what we call the Neyas, yeah. That's what we normally do, yeah. It's to be able, to go straight and not to look left and right. I mean, that is very difficult, yeah. I mean, we had to have a lot of training and a lot of determination. No, I'm not going to be reborn again, yeah? And that can fuel, yeah? If you have that determination, with every moment that you wake up and practice, no, I don't want to be reborn again. I mean, that gives you a lot, that's a lot of power, yeah? And then you might be able to make it even in this life, yeah? But not at home. you can get to a certain point, I mean, that without question, yeah. I mean, you can even get, to open the gate at home, but that needs a lot of parami, yeah.
But I also recognize that I need you.
Yeah.
And that's
at least half a year.
That's why I keep coming.
I do not believe in future lives,
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I'm following the Dhamma is because I believe that by following the Dhamma I can actually improve this very life, one that because this one I know it exists and I'm living. And my experience is that when I follow the Dhamma, I do improve this life.
Yeah.
And I understand that a lot of the Dhamma relies on what happened in the previous lives,
Yes.
what might happen in the next life, depending on what you do, but I don't grasp this, I don't get it. I understand that when I'm dead, my body will go into the ground, that it will feed some trees or some plants, that will feed some animals, and that the cycle of life will go on this way. It never stops. Like life goes on different. But I don't believe in actual reincarnation with a memory of what I did in my past life that will be transmitted to the next being that will. And but still, I find enough motivation following the Dhamma because what I see is that in this very life, I can, depending on what I do, it does change the course of his life.
Of course, yes. Yes.
And that's enough for me. I mean, it's.
I don't want to convince you of anything. Yeah. I mean, everybody, is responsible for his own life. Yeah. If people think, this way, let them think this way. Yeah. So And yes, you are completely right, if you are in line with the Dhamma, and if you try to incorporate the Dhamma in your daily life, life itself, becomes more satisfactory, That's right. But now, ask yourself the questions. Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have half brothers.
A half-brother, relatives, or do you happen to know a family with a lot of kids? Why are the kids differently? What makes one? I ask myself the question. I was brought up Christian like you were brought up Catholic. No matter, when we come, France is mostly Catholic. Germany is half Catholic, half Protestant. Swiss is probably mostly Protestant, So we are born with that, So we are raised in a culture, that we don't choose to take on. But I was asking myself the question: why is one born in the ghetto of New York, where his father teaches him how to kill people or how to steal, how to cheat, how to lie? One is another person born as a prince, in Saudi Arabia and living in the utmost luxury. Why is somebody, working very hard, and hardly earning his living, and the other person is doing the same work, and getting a lot of money? Why is Why is this person like this? Why is this person like that? That was my question, and Christianity didn't give me, just told me, believe that is the will of God. And I said, no, I don't believe that. I can't believe this, that we, if you're born in Africa, in Eritrea, or whatever it is, where people starve to death daily, on a daily basis, or now, you're born in Syria or in Iraq, where it's constantly bombed, or Afghanistan. What have they done, to deserve this kind of life? And what have you done to deserve your kind of life? Because your kind of life, just like our lives, that most of us who are sitting here, is very comfortable compared to those lives, who constantly get killed or harassed or whatever. That is the question I asked myself, and Christianity didn't give me an answer. But the moment, I found Buddhism, then suddenly, it is just like the law of physics, Once you understand the law of physics, then you suddenly understand cause and effect, But because, because when you think about, our life, it is like sitting, like watching a race, whatever it is, horse race, But the horse race, is for 40,000 kilometers. And we just sit, and have a view of 1 kilometer. We don't see them start, and we don't see them end. We just see them racing and think, oh this is better, this is faster, this is slower, But we don't know what the end result will be, and we don't know how it was in the beginning. We only see a very, 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 tiny slice of the whole race, And that's what we normally see when we come into this world. We see a very tiny slice, And that's why we don't understand why people, are born in Afghanistan or in Africa and have to starve to death, at the age of 3, Or why they are poisoned, or why they're imprisoned, or why they are tortured, or why they are this or that, This, for us, who are born in the West, who live a very comfortable life, we never ask ourselves, of course it is natural to us that we are born, in the West, I had a very good life, But what makes these other beings, because if they have only one life, how do they deserve this, to be in this state, And they don't even have any means, to pull themselves out.
I don't have any explanation for why people can be in different situations from the beginning, except that I believe that life is not always justice in life. That's one answer that I find. And besides this, what I see is that I have traveled a lot in Africa, and I see a lot of people in Africa who seem to be a lot more happy than people in the West, because the way they look at what they have is different from the way, even though we have a lot more,
Yeah.
They have gratitude for what they have.
Yes.
And that makes them, it seems, I'm not African, but it seems that a lot of people are actually more happy with much less.
That is completely true.
And
that's what you see here in Thailand, especially in Isan, that is not really rich, the people have more time, they are more happy, they're more relaxed, yeah.
And I think the Dhamma gives you tools to improve the way you look at the situations you are in, may they be difficult or comfortable.
I don't want to change your mind.
No.
I just ask questions. Yeah.
Yeah. There is detailed documentation about children who are born and they don't recognize their parents as their parents.
Yes, I know.
And through time, what they do is that they say where it is that they come from, and when they take those children there,
yes,
that is their past
there are, people, especially in India or Sri Lanka, sometimes. But that means, that they have one human birth after the human birth. That they met a very, what is it called? A very sudden death and a very terrible death.
Yes.
And then they come back, because they have, they still have the parami, to come back as a human being. So they come back as a human being, and then they remember. Or, like in the case of Lungta Mahabor, where he met this person, who has been a monk, who was born again because he decided, it is still a good time, to practice. So he came back as a human being, and he told his parents always, Atama, I'm a monk, yeah. And, my teacher looks like this, my teacher is, yeah. And then with the age of 11, he went to look out with his friends for his teacher, yeah. And then he met his teacher, and then he pointed him, that is my teacher, yeah. And then Lungta Mahabor met this guy, and met this, he was still a lay person, he hasn't reordained yet. So he asked him about it, yeah. And he gave the story. So, it has happened, but lots of people don't believe it, and they think that it's just imagination, yeah. So, I don't...
But there's been, it isn't just one or two cases, it's thousands.
No, it's not thousands, but, it's quite a few. Even it happens in England, people, remember, times in the medieval society in London. But that doesn't convince people. It convinces the ones who are already convinced. And I only ask questions, yeah? So that you can make your own, you have to find the way. The way is not, that we throw, big boulders at you, and say, eat them, yeah? No, yeah? Eat, little by little, the more you understand the Dhamma, the more, it will lead you, to a deeper understanding. And the deeper you go into your heart, the deeper the understanding actually will become. Yeah? And then these things naturally, yeah? We always try, from the Western perspective, we try to force, we try to convince people, yeah? Yeah, you have to believe this, you have to believe this, yeah? Do you believe in God? No, head off, yeah? Do you believe in... You remember the stories of the missionaries into Africa? Do you believe in God? No, head off, And after 5 people, have the head off, so, yes, I believe. That's actually stories, how they missioned, yeah? That's why a lot of Christianity is there in Africa, because, they were afraid to lose their... Not because they're convinced, that Christianity, they have their own, yeah, religion, people in the Indians, the Red Indians have their own religion. It's fine, yeah, everything is fine, yeah. People come here, to learn something, yeah. And the more you take in, the more you seep in, the Dhamma, the more you will understand, yeah. Don't force anybody, because that can actually have the complete opposite effect, yeah? They are pushed away, yeah? Just like, when the what is it, The witness of Jehovah, come to your door, and try to push their view on you, I mean, it's more than pushing you away, than actually, engaging you in, and finding a way. I mean, Buddhism is like, okay, I mean, here have a bite to eat, if you like it, you have another bite, and the more you eat it, the more, and slowly you will understand it, That's why I never say, you have to be Buddhist, or you have to do this, or you have to believe in rebirth. I am just asking the questions. And that, it was very important for me because I was brought up in the West. Everybody has something around me. I was brought up in the golden time, so there were no poor people. Nowadays, in Europe, there are lots of poor people, who can't make their living anymore. But at the time, I asked, what happened? Why do I have this, big chance, to be born in Europe, in this nice family? I knew other people who were living in a terrible family. Why am I, why do I have all these fortunes, and other people doesn't have any chance, to develop themselves? That was my question, and for a long time, for 20 years, I couldn't find the answer. So I turned to humanism, and then, and then I got in touch with Buddhism. But, I took long time, training in Buddhism and in the Buddhist practice, to slowly, to deepen the understanding, So, I don't force it, and if somebody believes it like that, I just believe, and whatever we believe, that is the truth for us, And I have no objection to that.
I'm not attached to the idea that there is no ring. It's just that I haven't been confronted to situations that made me believe it. Maybe it will happen one day, and then I'm open to it. But I think the Buddha said, don't believe things because I said them.
That's right.
Or try what I say, and if your experiences validate what I said, then you can make it your truth, and that's what I try to do.
Yes.
And everything that I see in the Dhamma so far is when I confront it to my own experiences, it happens to be true, and that actually strengthens my faith into the Dhamma.
That's right.
The things that I do not understand deeply or that I haven't experienced, I don't buy them, and maybe one day I will. And but it doesn't. So far, it's not. Sometimes it gives me doubts because I understand that a big chunk of the Dhamma relies on this reincarnation thing. But it also seems to me that there are different ways of interpreting what reincarnation means. But altogether, like I said, the whole thing still makes a lot of sense to me because from what I understand and within this one life, I see that by following the Dhamma, I get a better life. So why not do it?
I don't want to convince you. The way that you approach, you slowly will come to the understanding. And the deeper, it was the same thing. There's only one thing that I would advise you. When you think about heaven, don't say there's no heaven. Don't say there's no hell. Don't say there's no heaven. Just say I don't know, or I'm not sure of. Because then you leave it open, and then your experience that you have in the practice, can actually open that channel for you. For me, it was very clear after 1 year of practice. I went through 40 different kinds of death, and I saw the surrounding of these death, and I saw the people, that was surrounding this kind of death that I experienced. So this certainly didn't come from any kind of imagination that came from previous lives, that I re-experienced some of my deaths of previous lives. And they were not nice deaths, I didn't fall asleep in the bed and woke up, somewhere else. No, they were terrible deaths. They're mostly, cruel deaths, being torn apart by 4 horses. And then after this nimitta, it is called a nimitta. After this nimitta, when I came out of meditation, all my muscles, all my arms, everything was aching for 2 or 3 hours, as if I really have been torn apart. Yeah? Or, going into a fire, and being burned alive. It's not nice, yeah? And then, this experience kept on. How can I then doubt, these things, yeah? But, if people haven't had this, kind of experience, of course they will doubt it, and I have no problem with that, yeah? My only advice is, leave it open.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not sure, and there were so many things I didn't understand about the Buddha's teaching, and all what I said is, I'm not sure, I don't know, yeah? Maybe not, yeah? And that, that gets rid of the first fetter of doubt, yeah? Because doubting is something, I doubt that there is reincarnation. No, I am not sure. I don't know. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't, yeah? So you make yourself flexible, yeah? And this flexibility helps you on the path, yeah? Yeah, Ella?
So what comes up is whenever Ajahn says, do you understand, what would be an appropriate answer?
Either be silent.
Okay, I'll take you up on that.
The proper, how do you say? You should ask your heart, Do you understand? And the heart will say, either yes, in most cases no, yeah? And then just live with this answer.
Usually, superficially, intellectually.
Yeah, intellectually, yes.
Experientially too. So
yes.
I think no answer might be the best. So
yeah. I mean, most of the people understand it intellectually, and they say, yes, I understand, but it has not reached my heart yet. Yeah? That would be the correct answer. If you really don't understand the concept, or whatever I'm talking about, then you just say, I don't understand, yeah? But if you understand it, that is, intellectual, yeah? But, you can say, it has not reached my heart, yeah? And that's fine. It takes a long time to reach the heart, yeah?
I think it's easier to stay silent.
That is also a possibility, yeah?
It's an option. Right?
Yeah, it's always an option. Okay, so, more questions? Doris, she smiles. Hast du irgendwelche Fragen?
Warum habe ich so Rückenschmerzen?
Was?
Rückenschmerzen.
Rückenschmerzen? Ja, warum du solche Rückenschmerzen hast? Ja, wenn du Fernsehen...
Zu Hause nicht.
Heute nicht?
Zu Hause nicht.
Zu Hause nicht? Ja. Es ist schwierig, ne? Und es bereitet Schmerzen, sich auf einen Punkt zu konzentrieren. Ja. Kannst dich noch erinnern, wo wir in der Schule waren und etwas lernen müssten, was wir nicht lernen wollten? Da hatten wir auch Schmerzen. Wenn wir etwas machen wollten, was wir machen wollten, ja, oder wenn wir etwas gemacht haben, was wir machen wollten, da hatten wir nie Schmerzen. Oder haben die Schmerzen übersehen, ne? Und wenn wir etwas machen müssen, was wir nicht machen wollen, da kommen natürlich sofort Schmerzen hoch. Ne? Es schaut aus wie physikalische Schmerzen, sind aber keine physikalischen Schmerzen. Ne? Weil in dem Moment, wo du aufhörst zu meditieren, sind die weg.
Ja, und auch beim Wischen habe ich das auch, und ich mache das ja gerne, aber ich weiß, kommt auch auf.
Ja, du musst dich auch mal versuchen, ein bisschen zu entspannen. Ja? Das ist alles das so angespannt. Ne? Entspann dich doch, geh doch mal mit dem Fluss. Ne? Einfach mal mit dem Atem, mit dem Fluss gehen. Einfach mal sich hingeben. Aber das können wir nicht. Ne? Im Westen, ne? Gell, Joanne? Just to give oneself to the breath, it is so difficult to control the breath. No? Ja.